first we've got some important ice safety tips. Let's get started. So Blair, when people are going out, if they were going to go ice fishing or skating, they have to check the ice. So tell us about what they should look for, the specs that are safety, and tell us everything we need to know.
Well, absolutely. The thing that they want to seek is good solid clear ice, and sometimes that actually is intimidating because you can see through to the bottom, but actually the ice that has no air in it is actually the safest ice.
And that's the clear ice as opposed to the white?
Yep, because often as you experience in Atlantic Canada, as the snow lands on it, of course it whitens it up, and that actually, because of the air inside the snow, makes the ice weaker. And of course it layers and layers and layers, and that should be taken into consideration when you kind of look at the depth of the thickness of that ice.
Okay. So an auger is the best test?
Well, absolutely. And you get big industrial augers, and you can get engine ones, and you get little handhelds, which is kind of more common and more available to people. And they are available at local retail outlets and Canadian Tire and Walmarts and those places. The other options that people would typically have on them, of course, would be axes, and that could be useful too. And of course, you should be checking regularly, not only in the shoreline as you access, but as you begin to transition. The areas you really got to be wearisome too is anywhere there's a water input or output to a lake, because the water's flowing there, and any current or moving water actually makes that area a lot more dangerous. And often that, of course, is where it's easier or shorter to cross, but actually be the most dangerous places. Sometimes the big, broader, open sections of the lake will be more solid and more thick and more reliable. Here we have our wilderness wanderer looking for a good place to transition across the ice. Because why? It's shorter. So having a fun stroll, slip sliding away. Hey, look, I might be able to see all the way to the bottom. This would be a good place to go ice fishing. Oh no! So if you notice right away, she gasps and she gasps. She tries to get up on the ice. She gets a hold of her gasp is the first thing that she will do. Very important that everybody know that you're going to gasp for about a minute or so get a hold of that. She looks around, she's a little overwhelmed, she realizes, hey, the ice that I was standing on is actually stronger than the ice that's in front of me. So she returns wisely back to the other side, and she's also a prepared individual, so she has what's called ice picks. She's got herself horizontal and she's kicking, and she uses her ice picks basically to haul herself back up onto the strong ice. Keeping herself horizontal, keeping herself low, she then rolls away from the hole back onto the ice that did carry her, was able to support her. And when she feels she's far enough away, she'll crawl to the shore or to somewhere very safe. And of course, once she's there, she has to consider what she's going to do to get herself back to, I guess, warm and maybe help, who knows. The picks, ice picks, of course, are really good. Most snowmobilers now are carrying and having them to help get themselves out. And besides that, it's just change of clothing, to change back into. And you'd be surprised what you got kicking around that's old. Non-cotton's important. To go out at all, cotton, once you get wet, stays wet and keeps you very cold. And of course, now that you are wet, you need to change into stuff that's non-cotton. Very important to try to delete or take cotton away from any of your outdoor wilderness wanderings. And if you look at your closet, you'll discover that most of what's in there is cotton, and especially what's wrapped around your patuski, right? It's closest to your body, but now is wet, is actually taking a lot of heat away from you. Other things, just basic traveling, navigation, some food, and liquid water, warm sugary drinks, we've already mentioned that. Ability to start a fire if you're going real, for a day. It's always good. The basis, for instance, in Nova Scotia for those that are hunting is it means to navigate, it means to light a fire, and it means to cut and manipulate, which would be an axe, a hatchet, or a knife. Need you to stay put. Can you manage to get yourself out of the water? I need you. I need you to try. Okay, just try to get yourself up first, all right? See if you can do that. I need you to kick it horizontal. That's it, and try and get yourself nice and flat. Okay, all right, well, I'm going to use this bag here that I've got, all right? I have it in my truck. I saw you out on the ice. You ready for this? Okay, here we go. All right, you got it? Okay, so I need you to wrap your hands in around it, okay? Yeah, like roll your hands into it. Yeah, that's it. Roll your hands into it. Okay, so I'm going to get nice and low. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, as much as you can. Okay, hang on for all you got. All right, now I need you to help. I need you to kick. That's right. I need you to kick. That's right. Keep going. Okay, I need you to kick. Right on. Okay, now you're up on the ice. It's a little easier, isn't it? Just hang on tight. Yeah. All right, I need you to keep talking to me. Yeah, I know. All right, you just, yeah, okay, you're coming along now. This gets a bit shallow here now, okay? All right, so, yeah, so if you can crawl over here where it's a little bit stronger, that'd be probably better, because I think this is a little weak here, okay? Are you able to crawl on your own? Who knows? Yeah, keep a hold of the rope, please, yeah. Good, keep a hold of that rope right over here. Keep coming, you're doing really good.
I couldn't get out by myself at all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, you'd be lucky that we happen to have a few people here, I guess. There's various programs taught. The wilderness first aid is taught through Red Cross, and it also emphasizes a lot of this cold stuff. It doesn't get into the ice safety and rescue within the essence. There is ice safety rescue courses taught through Rescue Canada. We also teach them here at Halifax Search and Rescue on the inside and on the outside, so that would be another opportunity to learn. Redcross.ca, thank you, would be a really good place to go. Also, and they have also a network of folks that could go, or you could send an email to, and they could direct you. The main things are to keep yourself dressed properly when you're going out, and typical for us as urban folk. The more we've urbanized, of course, people can kind of bounce from one place to another in their little capsules, and always stay warm. But of course, if you're going out, make sure you dress properly, and that's a hat, mitts, gloves, and some good insulative layers. The other thing is have a change of clothes if you're going out for the day. People tend not to do well at that, and have yourself some warm, sugary drinks, thermos-wise, available to you, and keep yourself up on a fluid and food basis. Other top things, checklist-wise, would be the ice picks, and the other top things would be an axe or a hatchet or something like that.
And always check the ice.
And the idea would be to check the ice, just to check its thickness before you go out on the ice. Absolutely. Yeah, be leery and be wary of the ice. The other thing that people don't tend to do well is tell people where they're going. You go for a hike on a trail. It's, as it is now, kind of nice, snowy. The light layer of snow gets, of course, on top of the ice. It's hard to tell where it transitions easily to where the water is and how thick it is. And so, yeah, people will not tell people where they're going. Have you heard the line that everything you've learned in preschool might matter today?
Yes, I have heard that one.
Okay, what did Mom say to you before you left the house?
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
When will you be back?
When are you back?
Who are you going with?
Yeah. What do you got with you?
Yeah.
Right? And so, do we do that well as adults? I'd suggest we don't. Our independence enables us to do what we want whenever we want. And so in the wilderness or the outdoor wandering sense, this is where people, well, they don't come back, and it's a big question mark.
Thanks to our friends at the Red Cross for braving the elements that day and sharing those very important safety lessons for anybody who's going to be doing any sort of activity near, around, across the water. Very good things to know.